Hello, I am Damien, and I am Gamian, and it is time for more Eve, the Oath, in Felghana. Last time we started the game up, and Adol, with his friend Dogi, visited the land of Felghana, where Dogi is apparently from and grew up in, and but bad things are happening. Monsters are around for some reason, and the nobility, the count who rules the area, is being an asshole. Because he's like raising taxes a lot and trying to close down mines, as we have learned thus since, to an extent, that it seems to be for him to try to find some form of statues for some reason or another. We also learned that bosses are hard. And the last thing which we did is we went through a mine to save some miners, and we got a statue, fought some difficult bosses. And then the priest in town decided to go somewhere, and we had to go check in on him and save him from some ruins. But because we were there, the count showed up after the brother of Elena, who was a childhood friend of Dogi's, who we've been kind of dealing around with and stuff. But her brother, who has been missing for 6 months, showed up, because it turns out he has been working as a knight in the service of this douchebag count. We fought him. It was a little hard, but he was actually one of the easier fights to figure out. I was just getting hand-tired a little bit. It still took a little while. And then the count showed up, and guards and knights surrounded us, and we get kicked down into the fiery volcanic pits of somewhere. And that's where we are, and the lava zone, where I then died a lot against the boss. So we're just gonna, hopefully, with my hand being more refreshed for it not being that late anymore, hopefully this will do better. But first we have to get all this stuff and get back to where we were exactly. It'll probably take a few times just to remember the exact specifics of how to work the boss, even though I kind of already remember. Yeah. Just traveling through the shallow lava as we can, thanks to the charm we got on. But first we have to head up here and grab a new bracelet. The Ventus bracelet. Hey, we can do wind attacks. Mostly that we can glide through the air with the greatest of ease.
So, you've come.
And also this douchebag showing up again.
It would seem you've acquired 2 of the powers of gems.
Yes.
I cannot simply allow this to pass uncontested.
As I said before, you really could. It'd
Blazing
be okay.
jaws of hell itself shall consume you.
No, thank you. I was also reminded of a... Oh! I can quick swap between... Cool. Didn't realize I could quick swap between the things, the gems, the magics with that button. I was just forgetting and failing to that wasn't how we got into the menu. Anyway, the thing I wanted to remember to pay attention to try is what... Okay, so pushing the button will still make that happen. Use analog as digital is otherwise not doing much of anything. Ah, that's what it was. So if I have it set to not using analog as digital, I can, not run across, but because it's now considered a digital thing, it's just a singular button push of a digital thing, so like a D-pad or whatnot, so yeah, that's fine, that's good enough. Right, and stuff chases me. I assume I'm controlling this. I fear letting go of the stick to find out that I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I wasn't actually controlling it, really. But boss time. Yeah. Well, that's Ba-ba-dum, dum, ba-ba-dum. Who this? Nope, that didn't do it. Thinking maybe with the long body. It would be good to actually out pain. It would maybe be good to go away and then get close, because the point otherwise is to get close and circle him until he goes out. Cut a little too short there. Come up the middle again. Yeah, there we go. It's fine, it's okay. My hand totally isn't immediately tired. Please stop pushing me around. Okay. Up the middle again. Come out. Circle. Bum, 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 ba, ba, bum. Up, we circle. Bum, ba, da, dum, ba, dum. Bum 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 ba dum bum 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 ba da dum bum. Okay, can you? Okay, please stop hitting me with things like that. That's really rude. Okay, that's honestly not fair, but sure. Fuck, no, no, we were doing so good. Bitch. Bleh. There. I mean, yeah, he's long enough. Dum, 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 da, da, dum, da, dum. Dum, dum, da, da, dum. Not doing super well right now. Pushed in the stick when I didn't mean to. Yep. Cool. Cool. His turn decided to nudge me into the pit. Totally sure. Sure. Okay. Nope, not into the pit. Hello, Forrest. Yeah, he's kind of a bitch. Hi. Ow, 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 ow. Stop pushing me. Well. Up there. Or I can fail to actually break anything on that cycle. Cool. Great use of, Alright, and I can step too close there. Cool, cool, cool. God, fuck you! I was not too close to the fucking geyser. Well, we have 1 HP. And there it goes. I mean, we're theoretically getting there. Stop pushing me! I shouldn't have risked that. We're ahead of the curve so far, though. Never mind. No, 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 no. No, no. No! Woo. Love how you just can't get out of the pit once you fall in one. It might as well just be an immediate death. Circle. Is it gonna do a weird lash out length like that? Yep. What the fuck is... The what the fuck moment being apparently my thumb was far enough off the stick that trying to push up made me go down instead. There. It dead. I win. But yeah, all I can figure is my thumb like basically slipped off of the stick entirely. Shoved on there. Whatever, it's dead, and when we go to the right, we'll save the game, and then we'll never have to fight it again. Yay! Hydration obtained. Thank you. And now we'll be able to, you know, do the long drift down to various other places. Oh, good. Well, I'll just die then, I guess. I forgot regular enemies still exist as well. Level up, though. Money though. If you want to keep circling us, ow, I deserve that, honestly. Ah, yes, birds. This is a different bird. Because I don't remember bird dropping fire. Or being this big. They've grown up. The tiny birds are now big birds. I didn't realize I was fighting that boss for that long. Sadly not here to teach you ABCs, nope. Okay. The problem is also I don't remember enough of the map. I know there was an area in here somewhere that it was like, oh, that looks like a place I need to, that I could, now that I know I have the wind, I could, you know, get it. But I don't remember where that was. I honestly feel like it was actually back this way, though. Because I feel like it was a part of the steps going down. Oh, it's gone. Bum, 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 bum. I do appreciate, though, that, like the first two Ys games, once you reach a point of leveling up a certain amount, it's like suddenly it's like things that were really difficult. It's like, oh, no, I feel like I've actually progressed powerfully. Ys. The adventure of the only protagonist more frequently depowered than Link and Samus combined. True. Welcome in, Maven. There we go, we got an emerald. Let's see. Oh. Nice. It doesn't use. True. I mean, he does hang around Dogi a lot. That probably rubs off on him. Speaking of becoming Link. Exactly. He's actually a demon. And just no one's realized it yet. Oh god, no! No. Come at me, bros. Haha, fuck all of you. Oh god, there's more. Sadly, there's an achievement, I believe, when I was looking through them. There's like an achievement for like killing like 5 enemies, like basically super close together. But it specifically specifies a certain type of enemy does not count, and that's probably the type of enemy that doesn't count. Ow, I deserve that. Right, this is where this symbol is. And I don't know what this is yet. Okay. I'm facing a Mogus. I don't know, that sounds pretty sus. Screw off. Okay, I think I know where I am. Because if I just go, even though the enemies have changed, if I just go up, we're now in the area where I can heal up again, because there it is, another save point. So I believe the answer for where we're trying to go is to the right. Down here. Give me a nerd, thank you. I don't like that these birds look like fish. No, don't follow it. I would like that one too, but that's not a thing we can get at the moment. A save point. Lava zone topside. That looks like the way out then. I was thinking this was going to be the way out because it went up more. Ah, no, this is acquired Brochius Serum. I got a serum. What's that do? An energy supplement made from the fruit of a sacred tree grants the ability to dash. Yes, please. Adult drank the faintly shimmering water from the bottle. A power welled up from within his body, granting him the dash ability. Adle's pretty fast to begin with, but now he's even faster when he dashes. Hold the attack or magic key while running, or double-click the mouse button. You'll also elect to enable alternate methods for dashing, such as double tap, and always dash, running, dashing. Since dashing enables you to move much faster than usual, perfect for dodging enemy attacks, getting out of tight spots, or even just reducing travel time. Get up here somehow with dashing? No, okay. Well, I don't see... It doesn't reduce my maneuverability at all, really, so, yeah, let's, always dash. Who needs to run anymore when we can dash? Oh, that... You could have let me just run across it instead of having what's probably a boss battle. Hi! Boy, you're terrifying. Gelva, something or other. Everything is so loud. I died. Okay, so... Yeah, mostly I need to actually be waiting for him to do that. And then jump properly instead of running around like a maniac. But also need to avoid things like that attack. Okay, so I need to not get hit. The direct attacks of things hurt. He also does that, and I'm not sure what to do about that. I feel like I did better when I was just spam attacking him. I need to stop standing right, still, right where he's shooting fire. Wait it out over here where things don't flip over. Fireballs. Right into the fireball. Cool. Get it again. Fair enough. We're getting there. Ow, pain. Hit me twice with that. Rude. I was hoping that fireball was going to be enough to just kill me, because the only way that I can see to avoid that one in particular. Rude. The only way to avoid that one is to recognize when he's doing it and then attack, or then run to the other side. Coming back. Okay, now we're gonna go. It was. Oh god. Oh god, it's just one more hit. Ah, yay. Oh, a statue. There. Acquired sunset statue. A statue found in the lava zone houses power beyond human comprehension. Bum, 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 bum. Let me out. I'm ready to not be in lava anymore. Bum 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 ba dum ba da bum ba bum. Acquired Ravel Ore 12. Okay, but how do I leave? I mean, I have one guess, but I want to save before I make that guess attempt. Okay. Bum ba dum ba dum bum bum ba 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 ba. Let me just go across again in case I missed something over here. But no, I did not. So fall. There you go, the answer was fall.
That was faster than I'd anticipated.
Show yourself, boyish.
I had every confidence you'd make it back alive. And with the statue, no less. I must admit, I'm impressed.
I'm not going to give it to you.
Now, hand them over. Both of them.
No.
Don't play dumb with me either. I know you're the one who defeated that creature in the quarry.
Yeah, which is kind of why you should understand that, you know, threatening me with sword point like that isn't doing much.
Chester, don't!
Hi, Dogi.
Felghana? Dogi? You shouldn't be here. Why have you come?
Sister Nell told us that Adol had come here to look for Father Pierre.
So naturally we came running because, you know, I can totally do something.
Dogi had just returned and was going to follow him, so I came too.
No end of trouble, I swear.
I forgot to look up who his voice actor is.
Freezing my ass off climbing the Elder Mountains, with monsters all around me and no equipment worth a damn. So I go back to town to regroup and try again. And what do I hear? The mayor's been hurt, and Adol's off at the ruins. And Chester, you've been missing for 6 months? What the hell, man?
Chester, I don't mind that you've become one of Count Maguire's knights.
Liar.
No matter what people say you've done, you're still my brother. If you're truly following your heart, I would never stand in your way. But why? Why are you doing this?
The
Why
power.
would you kidnap a priest? Or try to hurt Adol? And how come you never contacted me, even just to let me know you were still alive?
Are you done? I left town because I found the menial existence offered me there to be utterly repugnant.
I mean, fair.
I wasn't thrilled at the prospect of babysitting you for the rest of my life either, Elena.
That's a lie.
What?
I thought that if I became one of Maguire's knights, I could move up in the world and make something of myself, as opposed to living a peasant's existence in some backwater town, biding my time until I die of boredom. It was all dragging me down, Elena. Living life in a place where nothing matters is the height of tedium. Not just one element of it either, but every part of every day. You, the town, my past, everything, all meaningless.
What are you saying?
I mean, I thought he was being pretty clear, but...
Chester, you son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I could ask the same thing. You have no right to feel indignant, Dogi. I simply chose the same path in life as you. Or have you conveniently forgotten that you abandoned Redmont on a whim 8 years ago? None of us are children anymore. Keep your statues for now. I'm sure they'll be safest in your care.
I mean, probably not. Adol
As I
has
said,
a,
I became one of Count Maguire's knights to rid myself of my past.
Adol has a habit of, not taking very good care of, ancient, mysterious, dangerous artifacts.
That includes you, Dogi. You are no longer a part of my life. I suggest you forget about me and move along. Get in my way and you'll be very, very sorry.
Okay, so we can go somewhere else now?
I still can't believe what happened at the ruins. I mean, what can Chester possibly be thinking?
That he does not want to live the dull, meaningless, tedious life of a peasant in a location that is not rising up in the world where he can be, totally cool and famous and stuff.
Mayor, I hate to say this, but we have larger concerns at the moment.
Yeah, like how I need to go back to the mine to find out what's across the gap that I couldn't, or the bridge that broke.
The closure of the quarry is bad enough, but to threaten a priest on top of it all.
Eh.
Chester's a factor, yes, but I think our first priority should be Maguire. He is indisputably the root of our problems.
He is nobility, after all.
Yes, you're right, of course. Bishop Nicholas, do you have any inkling as to what Count Maguire may be after?
I'm afraid not. But then, he's never been one to talk openly about his affairs. His wife and their 2 children attend morning mass without him, always. I do find it hard to believe, though, that he'd try and claim authority beyond that of the church.
What would you suggest we do about Father Pierre, then?
As head of the Felghana diocese, it is my duty to oversee the well-being of all members of the clergy. When I return to the castle, I intend to have a talk with the Count. Fear not. I should be able to secure Father Pierre's release.
Which means that you're not going to be able to do anything. Got it.
Much obliged on that.
I'll leave Father Pierre to you then. Thank you.
I must say, though, I am a bit concerned about these statues Count Maguire has Chester searching for. May we see the two you've found thus far, Adol?
No.
Adol produced the statues from his pack. Interesting. And very unique.
So, the big critters were guarding these?
And the big critters were those.
I sense an unusual power from within them. It's possible there may be a link between these statues and the recent monster appearances.
I mean, probably.
What?
How do you figure?
Well, this is pure conjecture on my part. But these two come from the quarry and the ruins, both of which seem to be hotbeds for monster activity as of late. And each was guarded by a large creature of unusual strength.
I mean, it was strong, but I feel like in both cases, they were not quite as dangerous as the guy that the person who's like, you're not allowed to have the bracelets, put forth as a challenge.
Does that not strike you as more than mere coincidence?
You may be right. And if that's the case, we'd be especially foolish to let the Count get his hands on them. I think we should safeguard them until we know exactly what's happening. What's wrong, Dewey?
Oh, nothing. I just get the feeling I've seen these statues somewhere before.
What?
Come on, out with it, Dewey.
Jury.
I'm thinking. It's not like this was just yesterday. It was down inside the old abandoned mine, if I recall correctly. There was a mural painted on the wall.
Abandoned mine?
It's an old, deep section of the Tigre quarry that we exhausted long ago. Been closed off ever since.
Okay, good. So you're going to tell me to go to there anyway, which I want to do.
We found a really ornate mural painted on one of the walls there. Can't even imagine how old it was.
Probably really old.
But if memory serves, it depicted 4 statues that looked an awful lot like the ones we've got here.
Could there really be a connection?
Well, it certainly warrants an investigation.
All right. Hey, Adol, what say we split our efforts? I think I have an idea. I'll get my stuff together and return to the Elder Mountains, while you head to the abandoned mine.
Okay.
You intend to see Bearheart?
Yeah, the old master. He knows more about Felghana's legends and folklore than anyone else, so he can probably fill in some of the blanks.
So you're just going to go back to exactly
Plus,
where you were.
you might know something about Chester's situation.
Oh, except for where you tried to go, because, you very specifically said you tried to go up there, but then, you effed up and had to come back.
He was Chester's master too, after all. He might have some idea why that idiot's been acting like such a jackass.
I'll speak with Chester directly at the castle. He may be more likely to grant Father Pierre's release than Maguire. I'll also see if I can learn anything pertinent about the statues while I'm there.
Sounds like a plan. Hope you can talk your way through that thick skull of his. Adol, I'll catch you later. Good luck in the abandoned mine. Don't get yourself killed without me, you got it?
Almost guaranteed I'm going to get myself killed a couple of times, at least.
If you have a chance, too, be sure to check in on Elena.
Okay.
I feel so bad for her. Poor kid. Let's make sure we get this all sorted out, for her sake.
I'm going to do it for my sake. But okay.
All right, Adol. The entrance to the abandoned mine is next to the quarry storehouse, at the bottom of that first vertical shaft.
Okay.
I'll go on ahead and get the door open, since the lock's kind of tricky. Get your stuff together and meet me there, okay?
Okay.
Are you sure that's wise, Dewey? Monsters aside, remember the quarry's off limits right now. If Maguire's men catch you there...
Kill
It
him.
won't be a problem. I'll bring Paul and Ricardo for manpower, and we'll be in and out before anyone's the wiser. Got it, Adol? Don't keep us waiting. You know where we'll be, so hurry up.
I mean, I'll keep you waiting if I want to. Hi. Investigating the old mine as thoroughly as you'll need to will be no easy task. It's not much, but please take this and use it to timber your equipment. You'll need every advantage you can get. Oh, hell yes, 20 ravel ore obtained. Be careful down there. Don't take unnecessary risks. My son and his idiot friends have gone to the quarry to open up the abandoned mine for you. Make sure you thank them. The shaft was sealed up back when I was still head miner. After we exhausted all the ore, the place became a death trap. Lots of hollow rock and pitfalls and such, and rotting wood now, I surmise. I do remember that mural, though. We had no idea what it was, so we felt it best to let sleeping dogs lie and keep our distance. You know, now that I think about it. Nah, couldn't be. Just ignore this babbling old man, if you would. Don't tell me. Alright, whatever. So it's true that Chester's gone to work for the Count. I can't believe someone of his moral standards would ever serve under such a corrupt man. He used to be Mayor Edgar's aide. The two of them were like kindred spirits. And he always detested the Count, even more than the rest of us. Elena and Edgar must both have been mortified to learn of this. Mayor Edgar was like a father to him and Elena, raising them ever since they were brought here as orphans. You want to give me ore? The door is locked up tight. Oh, fine then. Apparently, the local lord of Felghana is a nobleman from the Romun Empire. I'd love to have a Romun noble sponsor my work here, but I know next to nothing about Count Maguire. His name has never once come up back in Rome. Ravel aside, Felghana is quite a pretty remote, inconsequential place when it comes right down to it. Something tells me he wasn't stationed here for the glory. And I could sell him 50 ravel ore, but I'm gonna use ore first.
Almighty God, please deliver me from temptation. Guide my path straight and true, and grant mercy upon the innocent. Lord, Adol?
Hi.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. I was in the middle of my prayers.
Don't let me stop you.
If you're here to keep me apprised of things, I'm afraid you're too late. Bishop Nicholas has already filled me in. The situation certainly has gotten quite out of hand. I simply don't understand why the Count would take Father Pierre prisoner.
'Cause he's a douche?
I hope no harm comes to him. And Chester, how could he commit such vile acts?
'Cause he's a douche?
I'm sorry, please excuse me. I lost my composure for a moment. You need to be very careful out there, Adol. Something is happening to Felghana. Something most unholy. I can feel it.
You shouldn't be smiling during that part. Come in, Tiff. By your douche powers combined. At least we can count on Bishop Nicholas to get Father Pierre back for us. I have nothing but faith in him. Okay. Cute, aren't they? My job is to take care of these here, Picards, and I'm proud to say they've never once gotten sick on my watch. I take my job seriously, like an adult. It's my job to take care of these here, Picards. And I'm proud to say I've never... Come on, Hugo, hurry up! Remember, you're the daddy, okay? I'll be the mommy, and the Picards will be our cute little babies. Bum bum ba ba da bum ba bum ba 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 ba. Hello, old lady. I looked out my window and saw the miners leaving town a short while ago. The quarry's been closed, so I can't imagine where they're all going. I know the quarry is important to the town, but I just don't like it. I don't like the quarry, and I don't like the people who work in it. Please just leave me be. Ba-da-bum. You know that island out in Sienna Bay? There used to be a small village there a long time ago. But one day, some kind of epidemic broke out, and that was the end of them. Isn't that just horrible? Really makes you think. You never know what tomorrow may bring. There was once a thriving civilization out on the island in Sienna Bay. A small one, mind you, but still. Then one day some kind of epidemic broke out, and maybe they couldn't. I went to the castle to sign up for service, but there was a white knight who turned me away at the gate. That little pawn's had a hell of an attitude. Thought he was the cat's meow or something. Smug bastard. And he wasn't the only one, no siree. Before he showed up, some other soldier boy kept trying to turn me away. Guess he couldn't handle me alone. I told them both where they could go and what they could do there. Then I left. I may not look it, but I actually worked as a mercenary in Garma before I came here. You know, you seem like you've been around a fair share of the world too, am I right? You've probably heard all manner of mercenary stories from all over Europa then. There was this one guy, no matter how overwhelming the odds may have been, if he was with you, you won. Period. Here he calls this place his home, which is part of why I came. Been keeping an eye out for him, but no luck so far. His name is... hell, it's on the tip of my tongue. Bergrard? Burwich? It's Burr something. Burr, it's cold in here. What was I saying again? Yeah, at least my son can still grow up to be a proud man. I'll just live my life vicariously through him, I guess. You know, try as I might, I just can't bring myself to believe all the rumors floating around about Chester. He and Elena first came here over 12 years ago. Mayor Edgar took them in, since they'd lost both parents. Since all they had was each other, more or less, Chester was always really good to Elena. Always looked out for her. He was a clever young man, and really knew his way around a sword. Sometimes helped Edgar with his duties, too. He once told me he was going to make this town great, just so he could shock the hell out of Dogi when he came back. We all believed Chester would make us proud someday. I keep hoping he'll change his mind about all this nonsense and come back home to Elena. Elena, you know,
Fine mess we've got here in Felghana, no? Chester's the big shocker for me. He's had a dignified air about him ever since he was a child. We always suspected that he might be the son of a nobleman or some such thing. But there's nothing noble about Maguire. Dogi, on the other hand, was a total mess as a child. And look at him now. Though I suppose I can't really compare since I know nothing at all about Chester's life before Redmond. The events of his distant past could hold the missing puzzle piece that gives valid context to all his actions. But then, what do I know? The more I think about it, the more I realize just how pointless it is to think about it.
Sure. Chester's the big shocker for me. Summarize version of what he was just saying. Already into the shop. Since the monsters started showing up, hardly anyone ever comes here anymore. Foreign trade has all but ceased. And now the quarry's shut down on top of it all. We can no longer mine for Raval ore, our primary export. With both supply and demand at a standstill, I fear it won't be long before we simply run out of merchandise to sell. Adonis seems totally oblivious to the danger we're in. I wish he'd show some semblance of concern.
Welcome.
Alrighty, so we can buy a big old shield. Can't do that, that's no good for us. Can also buy some plate mail now.
That's the one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't be a
We
stranger.
have almost no money now. Cool. But now we have a new design. Heck yeah! It's all matching together. Hi, Adonis. I'd like to
What do you
temper my
got for me?
equipment, maybe.
This the one? Good to go. This the one? Good to go. Come again.
Alright, thank you. Ask a question. Long ago, the people of Felghana were strong believers in a religion known as Dio Anima. I don't know much about it, but the basic idea is that all things, animate or otherwise, have a spiritual presence. Sounds like a pretty interesting belief system, to be honest. I mean, it promotes respect for, well, everything. Nothing wrong with the church we got now, though, either. Our clergy are tops, nicest people in the world. Still, makes you wonder what happened to all the followers of Dio Anima. What could have caused an entire religion to die? No, I didn't. I wanted the other one. No, I wanted the other one. Hey, Adel, I heard you were heading to the dark depths of the old abandoned mine. The adventurer types certainly are a crazy bunch. You just keep taking on one quest after another, helping anyone and everyone. It's positively inspirational. Gonna be crazy down there, though, I bet. I mean, the quarry's monster infested to begin with. But the abandoned mine's been untouched by human hands for many, many years. Don't let your guard down.
Adol, please wait!
No.
Thank goodness I caught you. I wanted to apologize. For what Chester did, I mean.
That's not your problem.
I know it's little comfort, but he's my brother, and I felt I should give you something as an apology on his behalf.
Acquired wing talisman.
It's a family heirloom of sorts. Adoptive family heirloom, anyway. Full of spiritual energy. Supposedly, if you envision one of the old travel monuments while stroking its feathers, you'll be sent right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Think of it as a very useful good luck charm. As for me, I'll be alright. I've been contemplating all the horrible things my brother's been doing. And I know I should be angry with them, and I am. Don't get me wrong. But no matter what, he's still my brother. I'll always love him just the same. He's the only true family I have. So, like I said, I'll be alright.
Alright.
I don't know if I got through to him or not.
Probably not.
I just know that I want all this to stop. He's putting himself and everyone else in such danger. Oh, Adol, if you see my brother again on your travels, would you please tell him something for me?
Maybe. Doesn't Adol talk in some of these games? People are having me sound Brotag here. Yeah. I don't actually know. Because I feel like he was silent Protag in Ys 1 and 2, and I've not played beyond. This is the latest one I played, and he didn't exist in Ys Origin.
Don't go out of your way to find him, of course. I just mean, if you cross paths again, tell him I said thank you for the pendant.
Adol silently nodded his consent.
I appreciate it, Adol. Ugh, I'm such a mess. Crying doesn't help anything. You're headed to the abandoned mine, right?
Maybe.
Please, be extra careful. For me, okay?
Maybe. Time to immediately follow you. See if you locked yourself in your room again, or whatever, your house. That's the word I'm looking for. Nope. You're not even here. That's a concern. Ah. That's fair. But in this one, he has a narrator. Well, I don't know where she is. I say after only taking a couple buildings. So, if I wanted to, I can totally be like, take me to one of these places. Cool. I can't go to the Unholy Memory because I've not been there. Fair enough. Have I been to the base of the Elder Mountains? I guess so. I have wandered around a lot. Hi, who are you?
Andre, if you'd been watching the gate like you were supposed to, this would never have happened. Were you slacking on the job again? Sleeping, maybe? Or off somewhere frolicking away?
What, so this is my fault now?
Yes.
You shouldn't have been out of the castle unattended in the first place.
Hello, sir. I'm sorry to bother you at random, but have you seen a little boy around here by any chance? A boy in formal attire.
Adol considered the question for a moment, then shook his head.
Oh, okay. I just don't know what to do. That poor boy is out there, all alone.
I'll find him.
You, sir, you appear to be a traveling swordsman, are you not?
No, I'm a traveling adventurer.
If you should come across a young boy in your travels, would you be so kind as to escort him back to this castle?
Depends if it's as annoying as the escorts of Ease 1. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, sir. You're very kind. The young master seems to have slipped past the guards and is likely lost and alone in these dangerous lands. Anything you can do to find him and confirm his safety would be most appreciated.
If he's not found before the Count learns of his absence, you better believe heads are gonna roll. Ugh, come on, man, my life is at stake here. Seriously, you don't know Lord Maguire. Please find the boy. The young master seems to have slipped past the guard and all alone. Please do whatever you can. Ah, the puppers have evolved. Child, are you hanging out down here? No. Speaking of it, we haven't actually looked at these in a little bit. And we just met Fran, so why not? Count Maguire. The feudal lord from Valestine Castle and materialistic nobleman from the Romoon Empire. Or Roman Empire, whatever. Levied heavy taxes on the people of Redmont for many years and is regarded as a despot. Andre Fran, a maid from Valestine Castle, greatly respects the Count and is fiercely devoted to him and his family. Came to Felghana with Elizabetha out of loyalty, though she knows little about it. And that jerk. Okay. Ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-bum, ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum. Sorry. Fazzle, a type of owl commonly found outside the ruins. He'd become active in daytime, swooping to attack prey with razor-sharp talons. And it's particularly red eager. A flying head brought back from the underworld, completely immune to fire when defeated by the detonation of the source. Sian. Gulg. A land crab with large scissor-like pincers. Can only be struck from behind or above. Its meat is a delicacy, but few live to sample it. Dieglid. A higher rank than Siglid. Agile and extremely skilled with a whip, but terrible at melee combat. Never bites, despite its sharp fangs. Barl. A cycloptic monster from the underworld. Pounces mercilessly on its prey, but because its vision is limited, it's easy to take by surprise. Caesarian. A high-ranking sorcerer that attacks by firing 3 blasts of energy in a scattered pattern. Looks down on Sions as inferior mages. Zone. The clown of the monster world. Its body contorts with gas pressure like a balloon. Its hollow eye, however, has been known to make onlookers ill. Zual. Predominantly a carrion eater, the Zual will persistently attack anything that looks edible. No one knows why it lives underground. Alamingar. Once a docile creature that used its shell only for defense, it now attacks with a ferocious charge, sometimes wholly at random. Gyumi. Completely immobile, but spews explosive projectiles when approached. Attacking from afar with Ignis Bracelet is highly recommended. Mozgos. A miniature Mozuk, which is adapted to high temperatures, extremely temperamental, and will form a mob to attack intruders on its turf. Kelzarl. A fully grown Zual. It continually emits fire from its body, scorching its surroundings. No one knows how it survives its own deadly inferno. Qguff. A guff turned feral by the ongoing disaster, wishes only to maim and kill, strong but easily defeated with a steady attack. V-Rays. The more powerful rays. Thought of malicious will due to its frantic spreading of toxic seeds. Grows back after being cut down. There, we got that one. We did that one. Chester Stoddard, the black-hearted White Knight. The White Knight from the ruins. His speed and skill with the blade surpasses even Adol's, and his movements are hard to follow. It seems as if he was investigating something. Gwilyn, the Fire Eater. The fire serpent found deep in the lava pits. Long had it slept only to be awakened by Dularn's sorcery. It is a full 20 meliel in length and has reigned over the lava pits since time immemorial. Gyalv, Lord of the Blazing Prison. A great flying dragon which has long held the duty of eliminating those who attempt to escape from the lava pits. It attacks with flaming breaths. Sorry, I'm trying to move my leg and I'm caught on something. There we go. It attacks with flaming breath and powerful body charges. Guardian of the Sunset statue. Alright, back to looking for the child. Okay, that would be why we can't actually go there yet. Noted. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, good. We're back here. Because we got money now. So, hi. Power up something.
What do you got for me? This the one? Hurry it up, will ya? This the one? Good to go.
Heck yeah.
Come again.
Bum, 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 ba-la-la-lum. Back to looking for some sort of child or whatever. Ba-bum. Come on, all of you get together. Everyone gather together. Ba-bum. I found the child.
Who are you, mister?
Adol told the boy that a maid from the castle had been looking for him and had asked Adol to bring him home.
Oh, really? After I followed Father all this way, seems a shame to go back now. All right. If I resist, I'll just get in more trouble. You may escort me back to the castle. And thank you.
You are now escorting the boy. Oh no.
If you've forgotten your way, the castle is to the north along the main road. You really can't miss it. I'll follow your lead.
Oh good, he has a health bar. I cannot swing towards the child. He is also slow. Regenerate your fucking health. Bitch. So we just need to stay away from the plants. I'm really good at aiming. There we go. Pretty damn sure I'm gonna have to reload.
Father!
Oh, good. It's just a game over. Will you just warp to me? You mustn't leave the boy behind. Maybe if the boy would fucking hurry up. Goddamn escort quests. Okay, it missed. Ba-ba-da-bum. Fuck, plant. It's fine. The boy can take one bite. Boy, slightly used. Yeah. It's fine. We're fine.
Master Kristoff, you're safe. I was so worried about you. I keep telling you how dangerous it is to
Her
leave the
voice
castle with all these monsters
kind
about.
of pierces my brain.
Please try to listen. Do you know how upset I would be if anything were to happen to you?
Yes, nothing happened at all.
Fran, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see where Father was going. He never plays with us anymore. I barely even see him.
You were chasing after the Count, then? Well, I understand. I'll keep quiet about this. Just don't do it again, okay?
Just give me a reward, please.
Well, at least he's back, safe and sound.
Yes, no harm whatsoever.
You just literally saved my neck.
Really now? If you hadn't been goofing off on the job, this never would have happened in the first place.
Fine, fine. I'll admit it. I should have been more careful. I'm sorry. Anyway, we shouldn't keep the lady of the manor waiting, right? She's been rather worried herself, after all.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right.
Give me my reward, please.
Adol, I believe Milady would wish to thank you personally, if you've the time to spare.
Okay.
Please, won't you join us inside?
Sure, why not? Gonna fucking loot this place. Ordinarily, the castle is off limit to commoners, and especially outsiders. But this is a special order directly from the Countess. Consider yourself lucky. I believe the Countess has kept the little incident a secret from Lord Maguire. But thank God for that. If he found out we'd allowed his son to leave the castle unescorted, he'd have our necks. The traps we've installed throughout the castle seem wildly unnecessary, but I suppose Lord Maguire knows best. Though I probably shouldn't have mentioned that to an outsider, so, let's just say I didn't, okay? A clock tower was recently added to the castle, built right off the chapel. It is ostentatious even by Ramun standards. I was rather shocked when I first saw it, but after getting to know Lord Maguire better, it all makes sense. He's a prat. Sorry, but the rest of the castle's still off limits. Be thankful you're still allowed even even this far. So where's the Countess? I only looked away for a moment and he somehow slipped past me. Thank you so much for bringing him back. I can't tell you what a savior you've been to us.
Presenting the Lady of the Castle.
Hi.
You are the swordsman who brought my son home, are you not? From the bottom of my heart, I give you my thanks.
Oh, neat! His hair is so red. It looks like his head is on fire.
Yes.
Hey, what's his name? Oh, right. I forgot to ask. Of course you did.
My name is Elizabeta. I am betrothed to Count Maguire, the lord of this land. These are our children, Alice and Kristoff. May I have your name?
Adol introduced himself.
Adol politely introduced himself.
Master Adol, then. By your hand, my son has been safely returned to my care.
And thus you're gonna give me a reward?
I haven't the words to express my appreciation, but please, Accept this gift as a small token of it.
Acquired Augite Brooch.
I've never seen an adventurer before. You're really handsome.
And you're a little creepy.
I'm sure you must have all sorts of stories to tell. Yes, I'd like to hear some tales of adventure as well. Won't you tell us of your heroic deeds, Mr. Adol?
No.
It seems you've piqued their curiosity. And mine as well, I must admit. Might you be willing to join us for dinner, Master Adol? My children seem to have taken quite a shining to you.
My Lady Elizabeta, may I inquire as to what you are doing?
Hi, boyish voice.
Chester! Chester?
Good afternoon, Master Christophe, Mistress Elise.
Sir Stoddard.
It is excellent that Master Christophe has been found. However, we cannot allow suspicious individuals in the castle.
This man saved my son. I feel that we should accord him our trust, lest we...
Count Maguire has deferred the castle's security and defensive duties to me, milady. Please understand, I am only doing what I must to fulfill those duties.
Very well. You may proceed.
Have you lost your mind?
No, I was trying to save a child.
You would dare show your face here after what transpired in the ruins?
Well, counterpoint. You're a bitch.
I suggest you get out of here before Lord Maguire sees you.
Can I go back in? Sir Chester Stoddard. He's a man to avoid right now. If his eyes meet mine, I'm pretty well screwed. I'm counting the seconds before the end of my shift and praying I make it all the way to the end. Alright, well, what's the thing I got? Not an accessory, but a thing over here. Exquisite quality with a gem blessed by a priest. Coaxes enemies to drop more items? Heck yeah. Oh, we can just do... Wow, we can go all the way down into the storehouse. I thought it was going to take us just to the one, but cool. To the depths, mostly because I don't remember where the bridge is, so we might as well start climbing up. Okay, I was just curious if there's anything else in the room. Now that we were, now that we beat it. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Hi, fight me. Ravelor! 8 of them. Delicious. Ba-dum, bum, ba, ba, ba. Acquired Bob's pendant. And a bunch of money. A ceramic pendant, miraculously still intact. The engraving reads, "We love you, Bob." Got a feeling I know what to do with that. To Redmont. Bum, 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 bum. Also because we got 8 ore, so we can totally level up something, even if it's not current equipment.
What do you got for me?
Yeah, it needs 30. But we can level up one of these.
This the one? Good to go. This good to go. This the one? Good to go.
Or just max out max out the level 1,
Come
the lowest level stuff, because why not? Totally not a waste. Anyway, Ida, I have a thing you might want. Oh, here you are, Helena. Adel, Ida's been through a lot, so please try to look past her gruff attitude. She's really a very nice person. She recently lost her grandson, Bob. He was killed in the quarry accident shortly before you arrived. The bridge collapsed beneath his feet. He was still just an apprentice when it happened. All the other miners spent weeks looking for him, but no one ever found any trace, not even any of his equipment. And Ida's been shut away in her house ever since. I've tried everything to cheer her up, but she's inconsolable. I think it's partially because Bob's parents were killed in a quarry accident too. Ida's been like a mother to Bob ever since, and then the same thing just happens again. Life can be so unfair. It probably wouldn't have hit her so hard either if they found his body, or even just one of his belongings. Hi.
Oh. That pendant. May I see it?
Of course.
Oh, it is. It really is. Bob.
Bob.
I'm certain of it. This was my grandson's pendant.
Adol gave Bob's pendant to Ida.
I didn't agree to that.
Thank you. You really searched for this? Just for me? I'm so sorry for my earlier behavior.
I guess I probably shouldn't have told her, or I probably shouldn't tell her that I actually went for it because I was hoping it was like a magic item or a chest or something.
Seeing a young man like you brought up a lot of painful memories. It just hurt so much. I didn't want to know you, because then, if you got killed too...
It's okay, I can reload the game. Bob doesn't have protagonist powers.
Well, at any rate, I do beg your forgiveness.
I'd probably be inclined to forgive you if you maybe gave me something.
You're an adventurer, are you not? Please, allow me to give you something as a token of my thanks.
Oh, heck yeah. Acquired the Nightfire Gem.
I got that from one of the Genos Island natives back when I was just a girl. It can bring light to the very darkest of places. And not just light, but truth as well. It's said that anything exposed to it will reveal its true form.
Sounds like that's a plot item I needed to get and not some optional fun thing.
I have no need for its powers, though. Bob's pendant is far more precious to me, but you could use it, no?
And we're gonna find out. Maybe I'll run into a vampire and it'll be all like, I'm a vampire. Thank goodness. It's been a long time since I've seen Ida smile like that. I think I have some idea of how much it must hurt to lose a loved one. This is all thanks to you as well, Adel. How can we ever repay you? More treasure. Oh, it's an accessory. Bum, bum. Alright, bye. I suppose it's time now to head to the storehouse, because I don't know where else I'm going. Whoosh! Anything new in the storehouse? You storing anything? No? Okay. Jerk. Stingy. Hi. The Count's planning something, and whatever it is, it's clearly not for our benefit in any way. So don't think of this as your journey alone, Adel. We're all in this together, and we'll help you in any way we can. Unfortunately, I think this is as far as we can accompany you, at least at the moment. It's much darker than we expected in there, and the monsters are more ferocious than any others we've seen. I guess I needed to do that immediately right now. If you can find anything to help light your way, it'll probably make your job a whole lot easier. We had to run all the way here to keep the monsters from getting us. I thought my butter-loving heart was going to explode out of my chest. Pretty sure I used up my quota of courage for this life. Now I have none left and I'm hungry and scared. Where have you been, Adel? We've been waiting for you. As you can see, this is the entrance to the abandoned mine. The mural is somewhere inside. From what my old man used to tell me, they also found a really strange rocky mound down there at the bottom. I asked him if it could have just been a huge chunk of Raval, and he said no, it's apparently green and crystalline. No clue what that could be. Doesn't sound like anything I've ever seen, to be honest. What's more, it apparently pulsed rhythmically like a human heart, and it was so hard it couldn't even be chipped. I swear the old man's going senile sometimes, but he seemed pretty serious about this, so I'm betting it's real. Whatever it is, or was, it might be some way related to those statues, so I figured it was worth mentioning. Hooray! Level up. Bum, bum. Well, here's the mural, I guess.
I speak to thee of a being who came from beyond the sea and defiled this land. We must pray for its erasure from this world, so that future generations may know true peace. With vortices of purest malice, it twists the living into monsters most vile and deranged. Its inhuman powers are enough to subjugate even the lords of the spirit world.
Oh dear.
Indeed, the mightiest of them turn to dust in its wake, leaving Felghana to rot. Truly, it is a devil, for no hand of man could wreak such despair. Its name, Galbalan.
Galbalan. Bum, ba 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 bum 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 bum.
I am Genos. I am a warrior from the west, brought here through divine providence.
Alright.
I sought to sever the devil's grasp on this land, but my sword could only divide it and seal it within the holy treasures. Yet even now, the machinations of the wicked threaten to reunify those heinous remnants. Swordsman, thou art to be my successor. I grant thee a measure of my strength.
Acquired the mission tablet.
Adol's body began overflowing with a newfound strength.
Heck yeah.
Adol gained the double jump ability.
Oh, heck yeah. Double jumping allows Adol to reach wondrous new heights on his adventure. After jumping once, press the jump key again in midair to perform an additional leap. With this ability, areas previously beyond your reach will now freely accessible. Enhanced stun effect. The down thrust maneuver has always had a chance to stun enemies, but if performed from the height of a double jump, the chance increases significantly.
The treasures number 4 in total.
I have 2.
2 lie herein. 1 lies amidst hellish brimstone, and the last sits high atop a mountain.
So there are 2 in the mine.
Thou must make haste, swordsman.
1 on top of the
The
mountain.
resurrection is nigh.
I mean, isn't it more likely to get resurrected?
Suddenly, Adol's surroundings became deathly quiet. Then the mysterious voice could be heard no longer.
Isn't it just going to make the resurrection more easy to put, like, the 4 pieces of its power, like, all together? But okay. Oh, heck yes. Heck yes. Double jump real high. That's right, let's just fall all the way down to the bottom. See where that takes us. Oh, you're big. money. Level. Ravelor! 25 of them! Deeper and deeper we keep going. We have so many other pathways we didn't take. Oh, heck yeah, emerald! Is there a second emerald? Yeah, it is. That's not money. Fair enough. Acquired 40 Ravelor. Jeez. That's probably progress. Cattle Elixir. That'd be increase our HP by a little bit. I'm not sure if it heals as well or not, so that's why I'm going to hold on to it for a moment. I'm hitting the jump button. I want to do a rising strike. There we go. Jeez. Work. Ba-bum. Yeah. More Ravelhor 65. Jeez. Well, I don't have any kind of rock breaker at the moment. Save point. Means there's a boss that way, which means we can now visit the other areas. It is a mine. Fair. But actually, while we're at it, if we're going to be redoing all of that, let's go back to Redmont and power up the rest of my equipment to maximum. We got a bunch of Ravel ore.
What do you got for me? This the one? Good to go. This good to go. This good to go.
There we go. Thank you.
Come again.
And we still have 50, so... Hey, guy who wants to buy Ravelor. Give me money. I will do the thing. Because I'm pretty sure it's a rip-off to me, but hey. I can't believe you've gotten a hold of so much Ravelor. With things as they are, you're really something else. If you get any more spare Ravelor in the future, you know where I'll be. Yes, let's see if you can find me about 200 hearts. What do you say? And, I'm not gonna bite my head off if I don't have enough Ravelor in the sale date. By the sale date, I mean literally. Eh. Alright. To the storehouse. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Oh. I apparently missed that. Rude. Ravelor. 50. Alrighty. So that's that room. It's not really leading me anywhere. Now the thing I do not recall, though... Rude. That's not a branch. I don't recall if there were more branching paths on the way down that I didn't explore. Or if it was all just pretty straightforward, but... better safe than sorry, I suppose. Down. Okay, if we're just back here, then yeah, no other branching paths. Good to know. To the lava area. More cattle elixir. And I don't recall there being another. This area is too tall in here. So yeah. And it's not like we can use items against the boss, so max HP up by 3, max HP up by 3. Hi! Rude! Elder Siva, some sort of worm. Ow. I'm taking so much reflected laser damage. I mean, that's fair. I took a lot of reflected laser damage. That one exploded on its own. Okay. I will play smart now. Ow. Fair enough to that shockwave. Hi. You look gross. Okay, understood. Understood. Boss does not feel nearly as bad as some of those other ones were. Outside of the fact that I slipped real hard on the goo. Fair enough. so fair. Alright, breaks free. Does whatever the hell it's doing. Stop that. Sit. Okay. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay, so it's just with its multitude of phases, I just got a really unlucky pull as I just sat there using goddamn gun forever. Okay, just kill me. We'll do it the next round. I didn't say hork him up, I said kill me. There we go. I don't think those little shots can actually hurt me. Can, but barely. Shockwave didn't go away. Fair enough. One dead. Egg drop mode, followed by gun mode. Okay. Followed by shock blob mode. Nope. Barrier charge mode. Shock orb mode. Ah, you bitch. Damn it. Fucker. Egg mode. There we go. Statue get. Acquire darkness statue. Eh. Alright, well. That seems to be all that. There's so many inventory options open. A stone tablet detailing your Gabalane, I don't know if I can pronounce it. Intended of your atop a fresco of a lone swordsman. Fauzen, a mitotic slime, reproduces asexually, often creating a sudden increase in numbers, and despite separating, it continues to act as one. Robal, a mutated insect-eating plant that captures prey in its tentacles, relies on ground vibrations to sense movement, so it's best struck from above. Geld, a gore-loving ogre with greatly honed night vision. Attacks with razor-sharp claws that can tear right through a wooden shield. Barlin, a flying jellyfish-like creature, attacks from above with electricity, shares basic structure with Fauzens, but so it may be from the same genus. Duradel, a powered-up Riddell, strikes the ground hard enough to trigger an earthquake, becomes completely enraged when injured. Gelgrad, a subspecies of Geld, able to camouflage itself in the dark, and when found, it attacks with its claws, pursues its prey endlessly. Istersiva, I don't know, crystalline entity. A mysterious crystal that pulses as if alive, and is filled with impurities that look almost like internal organs. It attacks with intense bursts of an unknown energy, guardian of the darkness statue. Cool. And look at that, we have almost all the pages of the manual. Well, I guess let's go back to Redmont. Hey, Dewey. It looks like we've got a lot more monsters on our hand all of a sudden. They're all over Felghana, instead of just in the quarry. Things could get rough with Gardner protecting the town all by his lonesome. By the way, you haven't seen Anya, have you? I noticed some Raval ore missing from the house. Can't imagine what she plans on doing with it. Hunger doesn't wait for peace. Peace waits for hunger to be sated, and my belly's roaring like a wildfire. But then I haven't been working much, so I haven't been eating as much either, so I guess it makes sense. And Adol, please, wipe out all the monsters so I can eat yummy food again without feeling like the blubbery Picard that I am.
Hey, Mr. Adol, there's something I wanted to ask you. My little Pickard buddies have been severely under the weather lately. I looked up their symptoms and it sounds like they got themselves some kind of disease.
Oh no, a disease?
But how? I mean, I've always pampered them and showered them with love and protection. So how come they got sick? They've never gotten sick on my watch before, and certainly not this badly. I think they might even be dying. They just keep getting weaker and weaker.
Have you fed them?
There's an herb called a berm leaf that grows in the Elder Mountains. It's supposed to be like a Picard cure-all. But it's kinda rare and hard to find. And I'm way too young and fragile to scale those icy monster-infested slopes. I just don't know what to do. What I need is a hero who'll risk it all for great justice and cute Pickards.
I hear ya. You seen Anya? Ah, there you are.
Hey, Mr. Adol! You want to play a game with me?
Okay. Sure.
Really? You'll play? Oh, you're super awesome, mister! I want to play treasure hunt, except you'll be the hunter and I'll be the pirate who hid all the booty. Arr! Avast ye, scallywag! Me treasure's been hid all across this scurvy town, and you're the only one who can find it. There be 4 stashes of rich stuff. If you can find them all, you'll be the king of the pirates!
Got go. Or a doctor. True. Dreamin', however.
Now go, for I make ye walk the plank!
Don't give it up, Adol. Dreamin'. Don't give it up, Anya. Dreamin'. Don't give it up, Picard. Dreamin'. Don't give it up, give it up. Yo. So, Adol, I guess you and Dogi are heading out to fight on Felghana's behalf, huh? If there's anything at all we can do to help, just say the word. With you two fighting like storybook heroes, it'll look pretty bad if the rest of us just kick up our heels, you know? Hey, can you tell me where, what's-her-name hid her stashes of treasure? She said it's around town, at least, so I probably shouldn't need to leave town. Never mind trading. We don't even have food for the dinner table right now, nor any other daily necessities. What does McGuire expect us to do? Is he trying to kill us slowly and spinelessly? I've actually considered leaving town, but there are monsters everywhere out there, and I'm not trained to fight. I'd never be able to survive on my own, much less with my family. There's an herb called a berm leaf. I need it. Acquired Revel ore times 10. We found 1. One stash found. Oh, I see another one right there. Acquired Revel ore 10. Second stash found. 2 stashes left. Question is, dear Anya, are they all outside?
Larry Forstaff is a rich stuff, me matey. I buried them myself. By which I mean I hid them all across this landlubbing town. Do you need a hint, you filthy barnacle? One of the treasures is hidden in the garden. But whose garden is it? Arr, I'll never tell, matey.
Well, I already found that one. Garden. Do you have other hints?
The sneakiest one of them all is hidden near a real fancy window, arr! And it ain't gonna be easy to get it neither. Take that, you plunderer.
I mean, that is a pretty fancy window right there. Is there any other fancy window? That's also a fancy window. Mostly just because it is a window that exists. That's not a fancy window. That's not a fancy window. I can't double jump in town for dumb reason. I mean, realistically, the actual fancy window, unless she's talking like a window up there, in which case you gotta figure out how to get on top. But the church windows seem to be the fanciest. I mean, you know, really. It's just even more like, how the hell do you get... Ah, right there, I see. Acquired Revelor times 20. So we got the sneakiest one. So they could be indoors, is the thing. No!
Oh, Adol!
I don't want to talk to you.
Adol, you made it!
Welcome back, Father Pierre.
Pierre just got back from the castle a little while ago.
I'm busy playing a treasure hunt.
Seems Bishop Nicholas made a good case on his behalf, and the Count saw fit to let him go.
Yes, he spoke far kinder things of me than I deserve. I owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude. Unfortunately, Chester was out on an errand for the Count at the time, so no answers were to be had on that front. And the bishop had no luck finding any information on the statues
either, I'm afraid. I shouldn't be talking over it.
That is unfortunate. But we shall take the victories we can get. And the bishop is still there, so answers may yet be forthcoming.
Perhaps.
On another note, how did your investigation of the abandoned mine go, Adol?
Adol recounted all the events that transpired in the abandoned mine and detailed the items he acquired therein.
Amazing. You're like a magnet for danger.
Genos and Galbalan. I never thought I'd hear that name again, much less in this context.
You know what it is, then?
It's an old local legend. Long ago, a great and terrible beast known as Galbalan came from across the sea and took control of Felghana. He had the power to transform the people and spirits under his influence into twisted, evil creatures. Or so it goes.
So what you're saying is I'm killing regular people.
But one day, a hero appeared, wielding a mighty sword. He was the warrior, Genos.
Sorry, I'm trying to make noise because I want to verify. Okay, good. Yeah. Something looked a little weird. I mean, outside of just it being delayed. And I'd like to change it, but that would require pausing the game for a moment. Oh. It looked like my little character thing was looking weird. I'm like, let me verify what's going on with that. And it's fine.
He borrowed the powers of the gods and fought the beast. And at long last, against insurmountable odds, he won. And that's about the extent of what I know, I'm afraid. Legends like that aren't too popular these days. Barely anyone remembers them, save for old coots like me.
I've certainly never heard it before. But that does remind me. I asked Bishop Nicholas earlier if he happened to know the origin of the Ilburn's ruins. Apparently, it used to be a church of sorts, devoted to some long-lost pagan deity.
Oh, you don't say.
Interesting. Given the circumstances of late, it's not unreasonable to suspect there may be a connection. There's also one more thing that bears mentioning. Out in the Sienna Bay, there's an old deserted island we've always known by just one name. Genos Island. There was once a small village there, but it was ravaged and destroyed by disease 12 years ago.
What?
It happened 3 years before you arrived, so I'm not surprised you wouldn't know about it. Genos Village never had many dealings with Redmond, and the whole tragedy was so terrible. People rarely discuss it. I don't know much about the disease that killed them all, though, I'm afraid. According to the official statement from Valestein Castle, it was some sort of extremely severe fever.
So, anime fever.
This doesn't instill a lot of hope. An island named for the hero who defeated Galbalan, totally annihilated. The voice Adel heard is seeming less and less implausible, and more frightening.
Indeed. Adel, Dogi's gone to speak with his master, Berhard. Perhaps you should meet with Berhard as well.
I'd rather go to Genos Island, actually.
He's a rather eccentric man who's chosen the life of near solitude and devoted himself to studying the land's folklore. There's no one in Felghana who'd be more likely to know about Genos, Galbalan, the statues, and maybe even that voice.
I believe I'll return to the castle and update Bishop Nicholas on what we've discussed here. If you decide to follow Dogi, Adel, I suggest you exercise caution. The Elder Mountains are not hospitable.
Okay. Perhaps you should visit Dogi's master in the Elder Mountains. Back to looking for the final stash. Foreigners are sure to change the Felghana. It's cursed. Damn fools, every one of them. What evidence do they have to justify that statement? Just because we have a few monsters, suddenly we're cursed? Cursed. Suddenly we're cursed. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Suddenly we're cursed. Right now. Cursed with all the cursing of the curse. Someone is cursed. To be cursed with all the curses. Cursed. Right now. Well, living new here on the block, Adel Kristen. I was just checking on my appointment to get my spear all sharpened up and ready for action. Don't like leaving my post unattended, but that's no less dangerous than facing monsters with a dull weapon, you know.
Welcome.
Not quite to the point of being able to get one of these, but soon I could totally grind that out if I wanted to.
Don't be a stranger. Welcome.
Could also buy myself the Cattle Elixir.
Don't be a stranger.
Bum 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 ba-la-lum. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-dum. Elena came to my house a little while ago. She had plenty to say, that's for sure. Mostly just nonsensical banter, like old times, but that's the thing. It was just like old times. Strange, no? She seemed to be much in better spirits than before, and for the life of me I can't figure out what improved her mood. It's like the cloudy skies of her heart have begun to clear, and the sun's come shining through. Spirits have been pretty low lately for obvious reasons, but I think Elena's just got just the right idea. Just keep on moving. Bob's remains lie unmarked in the cold, uncaring darkness of the quarry, half buried in rubble, forgotten and alone. I don't mean to sound morbid, I just can't stop thinking about it. Dear Lord, please keep watch over Bob's soul and grant him continued respite within your divine light. May he remain always in the eternal embrace of his dearly departed parents. Hello, Struggle. Thank you very much for the insistence. I am indeed a good boy. Hydration obtained. Child, where the hell's the final ore? Two of me treasure be baking in the sun, two of them be indoors. Thank you. So one is inside. I made sure to hide them good, and let me tell ya, there be no X marking these spots. If you don't keep in a sharp eye, you'll be walking right past them, so get moving, you scallywag. We already got the one indoor there, we got the two that were outside. So we just have to figure out where the last indoor one is by going indoors. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da bum. Ba da dum. Ba da 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 dum. Da da da. No, I don't. I don't care to talk to you. I'm looking for treasure. Shut up, Edgar. Ba-da-ba-da-bum, ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-na-na-na-na-na. I don't care about your grandson, I'm sorry. I just... I found it. Acquired Ravelor times 10. Elena's worked here ever since the place opened. She's probably taking a break because of the whole thing with Chester. She's a good enough cook to take Margot's place in the kitchen, though, without a doubt. Hey, Adol, have you seen Helena? No, I haven't seen her even once today. Where could she have wandered off to now? It's a good question. I came to Felghana looking for some work, but, well, What do they say? You'll rue the day? Yeah, I'm ruined. I swore on this ring I'd make a full-blown knighthood, but... hey, wait a sec. Where's my finger got nothing on it? Where's my damn ring? It's gone. It's really gone. Oh, where'd you lose it? Oh, I'm so screwed. Where the hell could I have lost it? I know I had it when I left for Valentine Castle. Hey, Red, old buddy, old pal, you haven't seen a strange ring lying around conspicuously, have you? Okay, so on the way to the castle, the possibility of a ring. Wait. I'm gonna go show the child that I have found all of her things.
You're in the vast, Mr. Adel. Did ye find all of me hidden treasure? So what did you think? Was it super tough to find them all? And did I sound like a real pirate? I bet I did. So you know what? You can keep it. You did a really good job finding it, so I'm gonna give it to you as a present. I'll see you later, mister, but you gotta come play again real soon, okay?
Hey, pretty sure that was an achievement for completing that. Actually, real quick. Just in case you have a quest for me or something. Tell me, it said the rival ore is filled with latent elemental energy of land spirits. Yeah, this is absurd, though. Me, I'm not even sure there are spirits in the lands. I certainly can't say there are any of them sleeping inside the ore. I'll tell you what, though. Spirits or no, rival ore feels different from any other metal out there.
What do you got for me? Come again.
I have a rather eclectic stock of items on hand. At least a few of them are chock full of innate spiritual energy. Not surprising, the vast majority of them come from a small island out on Sienna Bay. That's where belief in the spirits is most deeply rooted, after all. Well, you have to admit, it's kind of creepy having them around, given what happened there. I didn't want to talk to you again. 12 years ago, something happened, but sure wish I had a chance to talk to them while they were around. They seemed like a wise and interesting people. Alright. So we got 3. We gotta find where Elena is. We gotta find that guy's ring. And we gotta get the herb for the boy. The ring is presumably somewhere between here and Gravel Castle. Not Gravel Castle, Valentine Castle. Maybe he has the ring. Oh, hey, it's you. Man, thanks again for helping us out. Neither Sir Stoddard nor Lord Maguire have the slightest idea anything happened. I couldn't be happier. Just between you and me, Maguire's a self-indulgent jackass. I don't think anyone actually likes him. Likes the man save his family. He acts like a big shot, and I get the feeling he really isn't. I think he just lucked into his power. You know what I'm saying? Most Roman nobles have a certain air about them. They project importance, but not Maguire. Imagine the cats and nobody back home in Rome. That's why they send him here, basically to get rid of him. He not have to repeat anything I just said to anyone ever, right? Because I'll deny it fervently. Do you know about a ring, though? No. Good, I'm here to check for Elena as well as looking for the ring. she is.
Adol? I'm sorry. I knew it was dangerous with all the monsters around, yet I still left the safety of the town unescorted. My brother would always bring me here when I was little. You can look out at the entire Sienna Bay from here. Isn't it beautiful?
It is pretty, I will admit that.
If you look over there, you'll see Genos Island. Supposedly, an ancient tribe used to live there. I don't know what happened to them, but I heard they all died out.
I don't know what happened to them, but also I'm pretty sure they died.
Chester used to come here and just sit quietly looking out at the water. And I'd often join him. It was so peaceful. Yet, there was always such sadness in his eyes.
An ancient tribe, a forgotten wooden dolls from the 90s video game, yes.
Even back then, I could tell he had something on his mind, but I could never bring myself to ask him what it was. So we'd just sit together and watch the water until it got dark. I don't really remember anything from when I was just a little girl. My first real memories are from when Papa first took us in. I don't know where I lived or what kind of people I was with before that. I don't even have any clue as to what would make me forget so much. But I think my brother remembers at least some of it. That's the impression I always got, anyway, whenever we'd sit out here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I must be boring you to tears. I should probably get back to town. Would you excuse me, Adol?
No, I'm going to escort you.
Adol offered to escort Eleanor safely back to Redmond.
Huh? Oh, no. It's still light out, so I should be safe from the monsters. But you won't take no for an answer, will you? If you insist, then I shall humbly accept your offer.
You are now escorting Elena, for better or worse.
Thank you, Adol. I'll feel much safer with you. Shall we then?
Yeah. Maybe up here. So, for some terrible reason, I don't even know why I'm trying to go for it. In every early Ys game, you can be a massive creeper when you're escorting a lady. And there's an achievement for it. It's always a specific location too. It's like the worst thing ever because it's always like corner them in a narrow hallway or something, or a narrow area. Yeah, don't get in the way of the plants. Is it here? Is this where I can lock you and feel really gross about it? Usually there's also, I believe there's usually dialogue attached to it, but I don't actually know. Well. Okay, nearly dead, but we did it. Oh, hey, you're not nearly dead now. Helena, you little dirtbag, you sneak out of town on me again. I swear I couldn't take my eyes off you for a second. Please try not to make me worry so much. You know how old I am. My heart ain't what it used to be.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner.
Well, it's still light out nettles with you, so it could be worse. Thank goodness for small favors, I guess.
Thank you so much, Adol. For everything. I'd love to stay and chat with you, but I promised Margot I'd help her at the inn. You've got things of your own to take care of anyway. The Elder Mountains, right? The monsters there are particularly vicious, so do be careful, okay?
And Marcia, I have a ring to find, but... Alrighty, that's another achievement obtained, I believe, for escorting Helena home. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything. Maybe I should go talk to him again. Maybe he has more information on where it may or may not be. Alright. No reason it should be over here. That was worth a check anyway. I like how there's no reason it should be over here either. Pretty. Bum, bum, Alright, let's go talk to him again and hope he has some kind of information that can pinpoint it better than between here and the castle. Oh, and so screwed. Where the hell could I have lost it? I know I had it when I left Alistine. Okay, that's not helpful. Hey, Adel, have you seen Dogi? He should have been back by now. He was only going to Master Bearheart's cabin. Been there many times before. I hope nothing happened. I never met Master Bearheart, but I heard so much about him that I can't help but call him Master myself. I wanted to meet him, but my brother always said the mountain was too treacherous for me to make the trip. The man looked after my brothers and Dogi ever since we were kids, though. I really ought to thank him in person. Ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Do you know anything about the ring? Oh, the case can go on. I remember the days over 10 years ago, the breakout on that island. You know the island out in Sienna Bay? Yeah, I'd have to see it when I got here. Ain't much to see, though. Every last man, woman, child living there was wiped out by vicious disease all in the course of one day. Probably not a lot left in the village at this point, but after all these years. The mountains were once revered. But for some reason, no one ever built any temple or shrine or church or anything there. I guess the belief systems of that era were more nature-oriented, and the land itself is holy. Who needs a church? There's an old wives' tale about a giant dragon that sleeps in a cave deep within the Elder Mountains. It dates back a lot further than anyone can really trace. Supposedly originates from a diary of some adventurer, like you. Okay. I intentionally tried to do that like a bazillion times, just to be like, let me see, just in case it was like randomized or something. I know the ring is something you can find. I got no friggin' clue what I'm missing, because rubbed up against all the walls. There's no secret area that I can tell that we can just like, oh yeah, that's actually an area you can go to, and then you can find the ring there or something. Well, guess we can just start up the mountain, because we got things to find anyway as well. We need to find that herb. Keep an eye open for those little tails sticking out. That was the tail. I just saw a little bit of something like, oh, that might be the ring. Even though it shouldn't be up here. Oh. I mean, no fair, you were in the fucking ground. And there's the berm leaves. Alright, well, back down we go. I could warp, but I would like money. Money and experience. Ba-da-bum. Might as well save while we're at it too. I don't know why I didn't. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. It's gonna really annoy me too, though, because if I don't find it, then I'm going to have a medicinal herb native to the Elder Mountains, said to cure illness in small animals. This means I'll have a gap in my inventory if I don't find it. I do not mind asking because I'm stumped on how to find it. If anyone does know where the ring actually is, I'm okay with you letting me know at least, I mean, direct location or not, whatever. I'm okay with that because I'm stumped on where it could be. I mean, in fairness, I guess I haven't checked in town at all either. my brain is like, oh, it'll be out there because he specified out there, but who knows? Anyway, hi.
Mr. Adol, are those really berm leaves? Can I have them? Please! I can use them to save my pickards!
Yes.
Really? Yay! Thanks, Mr. Adol! I don't think you have enough here, though. I'm not sure how many we'll need to save them all, but it's more than this.
Okay, fair enough. So we've given 1. We possibly need to give 3 more, or something. Do you know where a ring is? No. Well, there's a bee and a pot down there. Seems to be a come into my different location thing. Hopefully I did not F up my ability to gain that pot. Oh, no, there we go. Ravelhor! 90 of them! Jeez. That's a cave. That's where we came. That's not an herb. Okay, rude. I'm almost dead. Alright, let's do that again and maybe not suddenly start dying. Almost guaranteed I've also already missed locations for those other herbs. level help. Bye. Alright, we got one berm leaves. Oh, two technically, because we got the one that we already gave him. More ravel ore 70. Well, we got over 200. We can go get money. A third berm leaves. Well, fuck me. Not sure what exactly happened there, but we gotta... I knew it was gonna be Slippy Slidey, just... Yeah. At some point in there, it was something like, I can't move anymore, period. What is going on? Maybe I need to release this. Maybe I needed to release this stick to reduce forward momentum. That seems to happen a little bit occasionally in certain situations. Well, that's okay. We just gotta get back going up again. Yeah. Ba-da-bum. Alright, back in we go to the ice cavern. Bum. Alright, level. Whatever level we are. Ow. Like a foolish gamble. It's Ravelor, okay. There we go, I got it that time. Alrighty, Berm Leaves. That's our second one, reobtained. Actually, real quick, just in case. What the hell are you guys doing down here? Okay. Couldn't remember if I had actually, if I came down here the first time, you know, that had gotten saved, or if I needed to do it again. Guess we just moved far enough away that everything respawned.
Ravel her. Berm leaves 3. Is that 3 or that? Yeah, 3. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, it's a kitty ninja. More ravel whore. Da 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 da. And we have gone through. We are at 26,000 money now, which I think is what we needed for the next sword. Oh, we are dying. Really hoping for a... There it is, excellent. The midpoint, oh good. Let's go to Redmont with our 3. Oh, 2, but 3 in total. And find out from the child if that is enough or if we're going to need another one. More than 3 then.
Welcome. That's the one you want?
Oh yep, Banded Slayer.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Don't be a stranger.
What do you got for me?
I'm glad I was holding on to our ravel.
This the one? Good to go. Good to go.
Max level.
Come again. What do you got? Come again.
Ba-da-da-dum. Sadly, once again, we're back to standard outfit. You know what? I think we are going to go ahead. I should save again, though. Before I then ruin everything. I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for tonight, though. I mean, we have time, but my hand is getting kind of tired. And even though we're at the halfway point, there's a good chance there's going to be like a boss right afterwards. And I'd rather be fresh for that. And in full honesty, also make certain that, because if I remember from the previous Ys games, you know, Ys games like to be like, you have a specific, rather narrow window for side quests and whatnot. So I'd like to maybe find out what the hell is up with that ring. But yeah, anyway, thank y'all for watching though. And yeah, I hope you had fun. I've been enjoying the game. We're finally making progress now that we've beaten that stupid lava thing at the beginning.